The art of lighting Paris, achieving timeless and intimate interiors. When people imagine a Parisian apartment, they often think of ornate moldings, tall windows, antique furniture, and romantic balconies. Yet many real Parisian homes are surprisingly compact, with narrow rooms, limited natural light, and layouts that evolved over centuries rather than through modern planning. What truly transforms these modest spaces isn't simply beautiful furniture, it's the thoughtful use of light. Today we're exploring how lighting becomes the invisible architect, shaping atmosphere, enlarging perception, and turning even the smallest apartment into a timeless retreat. Before discussing lamps and fixtures, it's important to appreciate the architecture itself. Many older Parisian apartments were designed long before contemporary expectations of open living. Hallways are often narrow, kitchens compact, and bedrooms modest in size. Instead of fighting these limitations, Parisian interiors embraced them. Lighting isn't used to disguise the apartment, but to celebrate its character, emphasizing texture, history, and comfort rather than chasing the illusion of endless space. One of the most fascinating lessons from Parisian interiors is how carefully natural daylight is protected. Heavy curtains rarely block windows throughout the day. Instead, sheer fabrics soften the sunlight while allowing it to travel deep into the apartment. Even in long, narrow rooms, designers position mirrors strategically so daylight bounces across walls, making every available ray work harder before evening lighting ever takes over. A common mistake in small homes is relying on a single bright ceiling light. Parisian interiors almost never feel that way. Instead, lighting is layered. A ceiling fixture provides gentle ambient illumination, Table lamps create intimate corners, wall sconces highlight artwork, and floor lamps softly define reading areas. Each source contributes a different role, allowing the room to change personality from morning to late evening without feeling overly bright. One detail that often goes unnoticed is the color of the light itself. Parisian apartments usually favor warm lighting rather than cool white illumination. Soft golden tones flatter wood floors, limestone walls, vintage furniture, and natural fabrics. More importantly, warm light creates emotional warmth. Even a narrow room instantly feels more welcoming because the lighting resembles candlelight rather than an office environment. Great lighting isn't about eliminating every shadow. In fact, Parisian interiors often celebrate them. Gentle contrasts add depth to textured walls, decorative moldings, bookshelves, and linen curtains. Shadows introduce mystery and softness, making rooms feel layered instead of flat. This subtle play between brightness and darkness is one reason these apartments often appear cinematic rather than simply well lit. Walk through enough Parisian apartments and you'll notice how frequently table lamps become focal points. They aren't merely practical objects. Ceramic bases, pleated shades, antique brass details, and sculptural silhouettes contribute personality even when switched off. Once illuminated, they create small islands of warmth that encourage conversation, reading, or quiet evenings at home, especially within compact living rooms. In narrow interiors, every square meter matters. Wall sconces provide illumination without occupying precious floor or table surfaces. Positioned beside artwork, mirrors, or beds, they direct light exactly where it's needed while preserving circulation. Their understated elegance also reinforces the classic Parisian habit of integrating beauty with practicality, proving that efficient design never has to sacrifice sophistication. Mirrors serve a far greater purpose than decoration in Parisian apartments. Carefully positioned opposite windows or beside lamps, they reflect light throughout long corridors and compact rooms. Rather than creating flashy visual effects, they quietly increase brightness while making interiors feel more balanced. This centuries-old technique remains one of the simplest ways to transform a narrow apartment without altering its architecture. Older Parisian apartments often feature intricate moldings, fireplaces, ceiling medallions, or original wood floors. Thoughtful lighting emphasizes these historic elements instead of overwhelming them. Soft upward illumination reveals decorative plasterwork, while carefully placed lamps celebrate fireplace mantels or textured walls. The apartment begins telling its own story through carefully revealed details rather than loud decorative statements. Rather than flooding dining spaces with brightness, Parisian interiors often suspend pendant lights lower above the table. This creates a visual gathering point while surrounding areas remain softly illuminated. The result feels intimate, encouraging slower meals and longer conversations. Even in the smallest apartment, this simple adjustment transforms dining from a functional activity into an enjoyable daily ritual. Parisian bedrooms rarely resemble hotel suites with intense overhead lighting. Instead, bedside lamps, wall sconces, and indirect lighting establish a peaceful atmosphere. Multiple smaller light sources allow occupants to read comfortably without overwhelming the room. The bedroom becomes a retreat where lighting supports relaxation instead of commanding attention, especially important in compact apartments where every room serves multiple purposes. Small Parisian kitchens often combine charm with efficiency. Here, lighting becomes highly functional while remaining aesthetically pleasing. Under-cabinet lighting brightens countertops without cluttering the space, while subtle pendants add warmth above breakfast tables. The room feels inviting for both cooking and conversation, avoiding the harsh commercial appearance common in many modern kitchens. Long, narrow hallways can easily feel forgotten, yet Parisian design treats them as meaningful transitions. Rather than installing one bright fixture at the center, Several smaller wall lights guide movement through the apartment. The hallway gains rhythm and visual interest, making even the journey between rooms feel intentional and welcoming rather than purely functional. Many Parisian interiors successfully combine contemporary furniture with vintage lighting. Antique chandeliers, aged brass sconces, or restored mid-century lamps introduce character that new fixtures sometimes lack. Their imperfections become part of the apartment's narrative, reminding us that timeless interiors often evolve gradually instead of being designed all at once. Perhaps the greatest lesson isn't technical at all. Parisian lighting supports a slower pace of life. Instead of maximizing brightness for constant productivity, rooms gently adapt throughout the day. Morning sunlight, afternoon glow, evening lamps, and candlelight each contribute different moods, encouraging people to experience their homes rather than simply occupy them. Interestingly, the success of these apartments isn't measured solely by square footage. Emotional spaciousness matters just as much. Thoughtfully placed lighting creates visual layers, comfortable corners, and inviting focal points that distract from physical limitations. Visitors remember how the apartment felt rather than how many square meters it contained, proving atmosphere often outweighs size. One characteristic consistently found in authentic Parisian interiors is intentionality. Lamps aren't added randomly to fill empty corners. Each fixture solves a problem, highlights a feature, or supports a daily habit. This disciplined approach prevents visual clutter while maintaining warmth, making even the narrowest apartment feel carefully curated instead of overcrowded. Trends in lighting change constantly, but the enduring charm of Parisian interiors comes from restraint. Soft illumination, layered sources, natural materials, and carefully balanced contrasts rarely feel outdated. Rather than chasing dramatic effects, these homes rely on consistency, comfort, and quiet elegance, qualities that remain beautiful regardless of changing design fashions. After exploring these compact apartments, it becomes clear that lighting is far more than a practical necessity. It shapes perception, preserves architectural history, supports everyday rituals, and creates emotional warmth within even the smallest rooms. The true art of Parisian interiors isn't making a narrow apartment appear enormous. Instead, it's making every corner feel meaningful, comfortable, and deeply lived in. That philosophy is perhaps the most timeless lesson these beautiful homes have to offer.